Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning November 2nd, 2015. This week I'm going to be using a few decks. I think I want to use, or at least pull a couple of cards from the Archangel Oracle deck by Christine Alexandria. And then I'm going to pull a couple of cards, I think, from the Magdalene Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. And then our third deck, as you know, The Secret Language of Color cards by Inna Segal. Now, there's kind of a very odd message coming through for this week. And we have to start by saying, sorry. If you would like a personal reading, just go to my website, angelsouls444.com. Go to the services page. And if you would like to support me on Patreon, I will leave that information down below. Business is done. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about. So Raziel is a big presence this week. We are seeing the world change right before our eyes. We are changing. Again, we are not the same beings that we once were, even on a DNA level. I know, a little freaky, huh? So, yeah, and I don't want to get too political or anything, but there are certain things that are happening to us that we are now starting to fight back against, and so we're standing up for ourselves in certain ways. Okay. But Raziel is saying if you've been open and you've been adjusting to this new energy and you've been acclimating to this DNA change, then you will have no problem receiving the messages. Now, I don't think this is Raziel striking down and going, okay, here's this big message for you, and then you wake up in ecstasy and you're like, oh, I got my message. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think... yeah, he's saying it's going to be more subtle than that. It's going to be, again, the angels are going to speak to you. Yeah, they're going to get you where you live. So they're going to speak to you on your level. And usually for us to understand, that's through signs and symbols. Okay? So you have to be very cognizant this week. Don't dismiss things. And they're saying pay attention to the things that bother you. So if you hear of something going on and it starts to bother you, that's a signal in your body that that's what we were talking about, how things are changing. The more ascended we're getting, the more maybe other forces need to try harder to be contrast. I'm really tiptoeing around this message because I don't want to open up negativity or, go down that path. But some of the contrast is going to be rearing up. Okay, so here's Raziel kind of coming in, and when you're faced with something, he's going to be whispering to you maybe how to, and when I say whispering, it doesn't necessarily have to be words. It could just be a feeling that comes over you and you just know how to kind of handle it, okay? This could be on a very mundane level where you're just having conflict in traffic, or it could be on a global level in a bigger way, okay? I can give you an example. Just last week, I was at the Denver airport. I put a little bit about this on Facebook. I was at the Denver airport and I got onto the train that runs in the airport. And for whatever reason, they're actually two girls, but the one just decided she hated me the second I got on. And she was trying to provoke me into a fight and kept staring me down and, doing all these weird things. And I recognized it as, look at that. Wow, here it is. And it was right in my face. And she was doing everything she could to make me look bad. But, fortunately, I think a lot of people are pretty ascended and pretty smart, and they saw right through what she was doing. But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. People who just can't handle the higher frequency, they're going to start acting out. If you see people around you who you love start to act out or to make very dark choices, and dark choices can be, speaking in a certain way, dressing a certain way, expressing that darkness, or it could be in a bigger way. Yeah, the guidance is to just love them. There's not much you can do to change those people. You're also, oh gosh, here we go. So you're going to see a lot of people just acting out, I think. And yeah, thank you. So they're saying the more that this starts to occur, the more it's your job to stay in peace. Now, isn't that interesting? Because I think normally our reaction would be to, I'm a warrior of light. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to fight the good fight and whatever. And they're saying that's not how you fight it. That is not how you fight it. You fight it with peace and love. So to go back to the example of the woman on the train, she kept staring me down. I just kind of kept looking back at her. And she was unnerving me a little bit. I really thought she was going to start a fight with me, and then I'd have to defend myself. And it was kind of wild. But I could kind of feel the evil pouring off of her. And I just stayed strong. And when the woman next to me was chatting with me, we just chatted and I smiled. And, that woman got more aggravated because I was talking to this woman and not paying attention to her antics. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's another thing that contrast beings or feeder souls will do. Call them what you want, the shadow souls, whatever. The more you're staying in a place of peace and love, the more they get freaked out by that. Just to sum up that story, she and I ended up having to go out the same exit of the airport, and then it was just me and her outside. And I shouldn't laugh at this, it's not funny, but it's a little funny. But we got outside, and I'm still in a place of calm and peace, and I'm just looking at her. Just keep looking at her. She kept looking over her shoulder, and she panicked. I didn't do anything to her. She just panicked and took off running across the street to hurry up and get away from me, because she was without her friend, so she wasn't as bold then. So that's another thing too. They might they feed off of each other's energy to sort of amp up. So yeah, they're saying it's not as simplistic as some people are putting it. This is not Armageddon, okay? It's not that. I think Armageddon is a process. It's not a single moment. It's eventual breaking points that finally lead to ultimate change, and nobody knows when that's going to happen except God, source, creator, whatever you call it. So don't get freaked out. Please don't get into that mindset of this is end times. No. No. It's just you're going to have some crappy people around you, maybe. That's really terrible of me to put it that way. But, like I said, they're the contrast souls. And the lighter you are, the more bothered they're going to be. So keep on the lookout. This is going to be really important for you to stay in your equilibrium and in your peace and in your love and in your heart. And Raziel's here to help you, everybody. So work with Raziel. Invoke him. Ask him to come on in. Tell you what's up. Okay, so let's pull a couple of cards from the Archangel Oracle deck. Yeah, you're being tested this week, but it's like on a deep spiritual level. So, let's hum after we had that big, heavy message. Okay. Oh, cool. We got Shamuel and Uriel. Okay, I was really expecting. Hold on. Nope, never mind. I just thought, I thought for sure Raziel was going to show up. He said I've already shown up. So, okay. So there's that. We've got Uriel and we've got Shamuel. So Shamuel can help you find your peace. Okay. I love to joke about this stuff. Like I just dropped the deck, but that kind of felt like they were flung out of my hands. And the angels are saying, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Now, it's not like there are like beings around you that are going to be like feeding off your energy. I keep calling them feeder souls, and there are some that do that. But your energy can be in distortion with someone else's energy. Or like me right here, even talking about this stuff. It's not like I have evil beings around me. The angels are around me. They wouldn't allow that. But just in talking about it, my energy's in distortion with the very idea of these like darker people coming forward, and it's affecting how I do this. So what's Michelle talking about? The reason why I'm kind of just glazing past it is it's complicated. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get these other two cards going. Ooh, wait, is this Halloween week? No, it's this week. When is Halloween? We will just be coming out of Halloween. Whatever. Okay. So, there we go. Family will... Okay. And Mother Mary. So, here... So, we gave you that initial message. And then we have family and Mother Mary coming up as well. So, there's going to be a focus on... embracing your nurturing side and taking solace within your family. For some of you, it is going to be maybe a teenager or somebody who maybe gives over to addiction. That's a shadow aspect as well. Or gives over to anger or fear or whatever. That's just for some of you, okay? And Mother Mary's here saying, call me in, I will help. Does not matter what religion you are, okay? The Ascended Masters are non-denominational. The Ascended Masters are non-denominational. Okay? So just work with whoever you feel comfortable working with. Okay? They love you all and they will help you. All right. So let's get on to this first card. We have Archangel Uriel, spirituality. Okay, so here we go. That's what we were starting off with. It's all about your souls, and your soul's kind of coming closer to the surface. And, you know, other people may be having a little bit of a problem with that because they're not in the same place you are, or they're being affected by certain energies. Okay, I can't read this. I'm not wearing my glasses. Find God and Goddess everywhere you look. Open your heart to see clearly. So see past the fear illusion this week. No matter what's popping and fizzing in the world, the only thing that you can do is pray. And remember, not everything that you're seeing and being fed is real. Okay, that didn't come from me. Everything that you're seeing and you're being fed is not real. So just be careful, okay? But if you stay in your soul, and you can work with Uriel, you can work with Raziel. Michael's a great one to get protection. And let me tell you, as I'm saying this, like, it's getting harder and harder to breathe. This is going to be a difficult video to put out there. And watch the comments on this one. Watch how it affects people. And I always encourage you to do that, okay? Because it tells you kind of where we're going as a humanity when you look at spiritual videos and you look at how people are reacting. So if they're coming at somebody in a very angry way, you know, they were bothered. They were bothered and they want to just tear you down. Or if someone's being a little fake in their loving devotion or whatever, you know, those are people who are a little ungrounded and maybe not connecting to their own source of love. So they're kind of reaching out to somebody else for love. It's very interesting. You know, not that it's bad. It's just, it's interesting. So, you know, work with Uriel this week as well. So we got Uriel, Raziel, Mother Mary. Let's work with Michael. Gabriel will help you feel really nurtured and cared for as well. And also about how you experience this, the emotions you end up having around it. Okay. But try to see the good in everything that's happening, even if it's not so good on the surface. The next card we have is Archangel Chamuel. Now this is exactly what we needed. You are worthy. You are deserving of all that you desire. So the more that this contrast gets kicked up, the more you get those bullies. I'm a 38-year-old woman. I'm about to turn 39. I got bullied on a train. Okay, it's fine. I mean, whatever. I used to be in New York. That was like an everyday occurrence. But just observing it in a sort of a detached manner and watching her spin out of control. I knew I was in kind of a protective bubble. You know, I didn't feel like any danger. I felt kind of, like I said, the icky energy off of her, but I didn't feel like I was in any danger. But still, you know, people around you might try to grab at you and tear you down and be like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Or, you know, why are you doing that? That's stupid. And it might be because you're going after your heart's desire. Ask Chamuel to help you find your way. Ask Chamuel to guide you to your heart's desire and how it can come to you. So we're going to now get into surface level things, life things, money, health, you know, your career, love. Did I say that yet? Love. Whatever it is that you're seeking or whatever you feel like you're ready for, ask Chamuel to help you find it. So interesting. True story. Literally last night, I was sitting there and I just, you know, I've been having some epiphanies fire off about things that I want in my world. And I asked Chamuel last night, can you please come in and help me find the path to that thing? Or can you help me find the source of whatever's holding me back from that? Okay, whatever my belief system is. So it's very interesting now. Here comes Chamuel again. You know what I mean? And asking, I told you, they always prep me for these messages ahead of time or through my own experiences. So here she is again. So ask Chamuel to help you. Some of you perceive Chamuel as male. It don't matter. They have no gender. Okay? It's just for ease of discussion for us. Okay. The next card we have is from the Magdalene Oracle, and it's family. And this is showing... Oh, I thought those were... Oh, it is words. I'm like, I thought they were words. I never noticed this before. Love. The magic of love. I can't read the rest of it. I told you I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, there's some beautiful hearts in this tree. So love will carry you through. Your family will carry you through, whether that's a biological family or your urban family, your friends, whatever. You know, find like-minded people remember, seeing this is another thing that just came up too. Who was it? Somebody said that Sedona is actually not a sacred portal. I forget the guy's name. He said this. He said it's not a sacred portal, but because people thought it was, they came there with their intention. And this group, one person kind of sparked off another person, and everybody's kind of blending their energies. And I guess in that way, that makes it a sacred portal. So again, it's just one theory, but it's interesting to think, and we have that idea too around church, where one or two or more gather in my name, there I will be, so it's the compounding of energies that actually will send, let's call it a light. I got generic language for this. These are like buzzwords now, but to send light out into the world. And remember, true darkness can't exist around light. The in-between souls will be attracted to it, yes, and they'll try to feed off of it so that they can feel better about themselves and get to be a part of that light. So you kind of have gradients there of what will be attracting there. But, there's strength in numbers, so to speak, especially from a spiritual perspective. So if your family, if you consider your family, or let's even call it community, okay, be with your community of people. And again, I don't want to kind of implant this idea of fighting. We're going to fight the darkness or whatever. It's, how do I say this? Hunker down. Try not to let anybody pull your energy down. It's going to be coming at you in different ways for everybody, depending on the choices you've made in your life. All right. But hang with your community, hang with your family. You also have your spiritual team, of course, that's a given. And you have your angels. So, you're protected. It's going to be okay. All right, then we have Mother Mary. And Mother Mary, I love you, Mother Mary. I love her so much because she was human. I just feel, I know for me personally, I just feel so much more connected to her sometimes because the angels, they're just powerful and I can just feel them. But she has a different feeling when she comes in. And she's saying, she's almost showing me like her cradling each and every one of you. So if things start to go bump in the night, things start to get a little scary. Again, it's kind of interesting. My ear just popped. There's another sign. We're coming out of Halloween time, Day of the Dead. The veil is very thin, isn't it? So things might have creeped in. Guys, it's such a heavy message. And they're saying this time of year, during this shift, is going to be different. Now, I'm recording this before Halloween. It's going to be different than any other time. Again, you're not the same beings. You're more sensitive. You're higher vibrational. Your DNA has changed. Okay? Did I say that already? See, I don't even know what I'm repeating. Like I'm in like the zone here. Sorry. I'll bring it back to earth a little bit. But, it's going to be different. So what I'm feeling is like that. Thank you. Keeps going and going. So as I've told you guys before, the third and fourth dimension have collapsed into one another, right? So a lot of you who are extrasensory or whatever, you might find it really easy to talk to people on the other side. It's not that big a deal anymore. For those of you who don't consider yourself to have extrasensory abilities, you might still kind of every once in a while see like, did I just see a ghost? Or did I just see that? Or whatever. And chances are you probably have, because the dimensions have kind of collided into each other. We're still behind a veil of sorts, but around this time of year, remember, that veil would thin. Well, now it's even thinner. So it's really going to be a lot of energy kind of coming around. Some of the energy might be good, some of it not so good. That's why Mother Mary's coming in and kind of holding you, whatever you have experienced. It could have been a beautiful thing, but it still freaked you out, right? But Mother Mary's here to let you know it's okay. And I think what they're getting at here is this veil thinning around this time. There are a lot of people out there who don't know how to handle that. Gosh, tell your friends to protect themselves, please, because they just told me that a lot of people leave themselves wide open for this kind of stuff. And because that veil is thinned, if there are any souls that are trying to find their way or whatever, and I don't know, I'm like getting to like a ghostly kind of talk, but they can attach to your energy. And some people, again, are just not going to be protected from that. So does that make sense? I think it's going to be a bit more of a problem this year than normal. Yeah. Okay. So, but anyway, Mother Mary is here to help you and help you feel comforted. Okay, Raziel's saying it will be by way of people acting out that makes you maybe feel like, oh gosh, I can't even, what is going on in the world? I have to hide. I have to whatever. That's how you're going to see it play out usually, unless it's a very personal kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Someone right next to you, then you're witnessing them giving over into sexual programming. That's another big one. You know, what we consider sexy. Our various obsessions these days. Careful. Just be careful. All right, anyway. I'm going to unplug from that and let's get into this color card. We're going to pull 2. Okay, so Scarlet attracts success, 7. And this is the Scarlet feeling, though, even though the card, forgive me, authors of these decks, sometimes I get a different vibe off the card other than what. So attract success, fine. You know, stay in the high vibration, attract the good things into your world. But Scarlet has a different feel to me in the context of this reading. Your passions might be inflamed this week. If you're asking me to pull another card, we'll do that here in a second. But I feel like your passions might be a little bit inflamed this week. Whether that's to fight against something or just questioning everything. Like, you're going to be rumbled out of, if you're in a sleep, you're going to be rumbled out of it this week. And every experience is going to be different. So, give it to me again. What are you saying? Yeah, your sense of security. It might be even, I don't want to use the word threatened, but again, rattled. So maybe your root chakra, maybe work on that this week to make sure you're grounded and steady. Okay, I knew there was a green card coming. I knew, because, and then when I pulled that, I knew I had to pull another one. Green, revitalize your nervous system. 31. Halloween is on October 31st. This goes down to 4. 4 is an angel number. It means the angels are with you. You have nothing to worry about. Things might really be getting on your nerves this week, okay? Or in a more serious context, it might, you know, just having to adjust to the changes in the world and kind of what's going on. Now, again, this might not be, I always say this, it might not be in a very overt kind of way. It might be very subtle, but still you're going to feel maybe a little rattled and like, okay, everything was going great, and then what the heck? It's just a sign of the times, and things that seem like they're out of hand, this must come to pass, is what I'm hearing. And we've been told that for centuries. You know, don't fall too much in love with this life, because there's certain things that have to come to pass. So, I don't know what it's going to be. I guess we're going to see some of that. I know I have full faith that the angels are with us. And if you're watching this, don't doubt your importance in all of this. You are a peacekeeper. And I don't mean like Wyatt Earp, okay? I mean, don't take the Wyatt Earp approach, okay? It's through your inner peace and finding your community, your family, and sort of amping up that peace that you can get through this, number one, but also show that there's a better way, and hopefully get some other people to spark off the peace and love within them as well. Okay, so there it is. Messages come as they come, I suppose. I was kind of hoping this would be a fun week, and I literally sat down like really bubbly and ready to like get into it, and then as soon as I went in to do the message, it got heavy. But anyway, it's not going to be a bad week. I think it's going to be a week where you see really what you're made of. Anyway, let's end it there. Take care, guys, and I love you.